Hey folks, in the part 2 we learned how to create collection and also we saw how Postman looks like and what are the features that are available in Postman. In this video we will move forward and see how to hit a request and get the response and all that we will see in this part 3. Let's begin. So this is the test collection that we created in the last series, right? So we don't have any request, we have like empty request here. And before that, if you notice, we are under my workspace is, suppose if you're working on multiple projects, right, at that time you can create other different workspace and then you can work on it like it is kind of a different project. So let's create a new request. And so to learn our API testing, we are using a site called requestresponse.in. So here you can find the some of the APIs. Okay, you can also try this. Here we have some of the get and then post and then patch, delete, and then all these methods we have. For that, you have to understand the get method, put method, all that method you might have to understand first. Suppose say let me start with post itself. Post and then put, get, and then delete. These are the main methods that we use basically. Um, Post in the sense, suppose if you want to create data, okay, if you want to create a new record in the database, then you can use this post method. And if you want, if you already you have created a record, okay, but you have to modify, you want some data to be modified, at that time what you'll do is you will do it by using this put method. It is just to update or edit the existing record. Okay, whereas the get method is simple. You have already created a data but you want to see it, so it is just to get the records. Okay, it is very simple. And then delete, you can delete the record from the database. So this API basically hits the database and then gets that these uh, things get done. Okay. So you have to be very much clear about this post, put, get, and delete methods. Let's see. We have a API get method which lists all the users, right? So let's see how does this work. So let us take this request and response. This is the domain name that we are actually searching for. And then if I click on the this one like request, whatever the request it is there, right? So I am hitting this particular request. So I got records in response, if you see. So if you want to understand what does this is, see, this is the domain name. Okay, so this is represents the domain. Suppose if you have seen like .in, .com, and then .org, all these are different domains. So this is like a domain name, and this is the path or resource URL, like wherever the file is like located at, right? So that it represents the path. And next is the page, which is represented after the question mark. Question mark represents the query parameter. Let us also understand how does this work. Okay, so let us hit this particular API through Postman. So here is a get request that I've created, and then see, once after I pasted this, it took the query parameter under the params. From params itself, we will send the query parameter. Suppose if I uncheck this, the query parameter will be gone. If I hit this, yeah, it is responding. Yeah, we will get the response. Like there are how many records are there, everything we got in a JSON format. Suppose if I hit using this page, right? Then we will get only the records which are present in the page 2. Only this is the difference. Like if I pass the query parameter, what happens? Okay. And along with that, we don't have any authorization for this API, then that's okay. And also there are nothing to worry about this headers. This is just a get request. Okay. So raw in raw format, we can see it like this. And then yeah, this we got this in the pretty format. Pretty is nothing but it is a JSON format. You can always weave it in this format, which is easily readable format. Okay, and fine. So we saw how does get request works. It is just that we have to hit the particular API. Okay, so all the data will be very much like you don't have to in real, I mean, while working on the project as well, you have to get all this detail from your developer. So then only you will be able to hit it. So always make sure that you get all the valid or correct details from the developer. Suppose if they are passing any authorization or any specific headers, at that time it is always good to have the data and then work. Otherwise we will see errors. If you notice, we got the response as okay, and then with response code 200, which is nothing but success. Success, it says that the request we hit is the success. Okay, single user. Suppose if I hit a particular user, if you see in this, we have something like an ID, correct? So if we just pass this after user, if I just pass the, rather than passing the query parameter, I'll just say that /2, correct, right? Yeah, /2 or /3, whatever, this is the ID. So what is my expectation now? I have to get the record of an user whose ID is 2. Okay, so this is the difference. And there are multiple other APIs as well. So you can also see single user not found. Suppose if you might have seen whenever you access any website, you might see some 404 error which says that this site is you know uh, page not found error. Okay, to get that particular page not found error, suppose in this case if I just pass something which is not present, this is what I'll get, 404. The status code of this is 404, and it is a not found error. Okay, so like that you can try different things. There are many methods they have provided with the get method. Okay, now let us save this record, and then we will move on to the post method. So we have a new create method. I mean to say that we can create a data with using this post method, right? So what we can do is let's copy this. So let's create a new request, add request, and then we'll paste this request. Okay, and then API/users, right? So this is the post method. So let's send it using post and let's save it. So what happens is for post method, we will have to send the body. So if it wants to create any new request, right, it has to have the body. We will send it in a raw format. So here we have the body for this post API, and we're gonna send it. So in response, we got the ID and created at. In response, we got this data. Right, this is just about the post method. And also you can see it supports JSON, XML, HTML, text, different formats as well it supports. So if you want to weave it in HTML format, this is how. And then yeah, you can try it out. So this is about the post method, which was very simple. Just you have to pass the body. That is what you have to remember. And next, let's update this particular um, you know record. So let's see, we will update one of the record with something new. So here we will get, this is the response, if you see. So let's do that. Here also I'm gonna create a new request. So this is the put method. Sorry, I thought I have copied this. So um, yeah, slash. So after that, what you have to pass is you have to pass the ID for which you have to update the record. So uh, let's do API slash users slash 2, or let's update it for 3. So for this as well, it should get to know which record it has to update, right? So for this third record we have to update what? We have to update, suppose this, then you have to pass the body. So for post request and put request, body is mandatory. So always keep in mind that for post uh, and then put method, we will actually send the body, and we will hit this. So you can see that we got the updated timestamp. This is what they have mentioned it here also. So with this is an sample APIs, actually you can use this. So we learned how to get request and then post and then put request. So let us also see the delete one. So here they have if you notice that the response we are getting is 204. If we see what is the response code 202, sorry, 204, response code 204. So no content success status response indicates the request has succeeded, but the client doesn't need to navigate away from this current page. So this might be used for while when implementing save and continue editing. Okay, so it is just like we'll not be able to see that. Let's delete this, add request, and then let's copy this from here. For this also we are specifying which ID I want the deletion should happen on, right? So I can just say this, and then let's save this, and then let me hit it. So we are expecting that 204, no content. We are not able to see any content here. So that is what the response we got. So you might and also if you noticed why whenever we created the post request, right? So it got created with the status code 201. Whenever we have created a data or a record successfully, we will get the response code in 201. Okay, so this is all about get, post, put, and delete methods. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.